Well, hello everybody. It is Saturday, April 1st, and it's time for another weigh-in. So let's go see what happened on the scale after 1 week of eating zero carbs. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sue from sueslimsdown, and if you're new to my channel, thank you for popping in and seeing what I'm all about. Now, for my returning subscribers, as you know, last week I told you I was going to try a week not eating carbs. And I'm doing this because I recognize I have a severe sugar addiction and I needed to try to get that under control. So let's see what happened. The last carb I ate was on Friday, March 26th. So let me show you what happened on the scale this week. Well, as you can imagine, I'm pretty thrilled with 4.2 pounds in 1 week. Now, by carbs, I mean I did not have any added carbs other than what's naturally occurring in the food that I eat. I did eat mostly a carnivore diet this past week, although I did have cheese. But I am eating full fat foods. If you have watched my videos from, 3, 4 years ago, I mentioned several times that I did better when I added more fat into my diet. So yes, I'm eating higher, um, I'm eating foods that are higher in fat content, but my body seems to be burning them up. Now, I want to tell you what I've discovered this week while I was cutting out carbs. I slept better. And as you know, if you've watched me for any length of time, I've had problems sleeping. So I can't say that I'm sleeping longer hours, but I will tell you that my quality of sleep is much, much better. I'm not awake during the night. Once I fall asleep, I'm asleep until my alarm goes off in the morning, and that makes my day so much better. Now, when I was consuming high quantities of carbs, I about 4:30 in the afternoon after I got home from school, I'd be falling asleep on the couch. I'm not having that anymore. I'm setting a bedtime for 9 o'clock, and so I'm going to bed between 8:30 and 9 o'clock because I get up at 5 a.m. Um, and at that time, I'm ready to go to sleep, but I'm not having that afternoon slump where I was just so tired. I was, like I said, dozing off on the couch here by 4:30 in the afternoon. So those are good benefits. Also, I am not bloated at all. I feel so much better. A couple of the comments I saw on my Facebook page where they were worried about, the go. I'm not having a problem with that. So, right now, I can tell you that I feel physically and mentally so much better than what I did before. Now, I decided to do this diet for a couple of reasons. And yes, I'm calling it a diet because I'm not sure I'm going to do this forever. I don't think that staying off of carbs forever is sustainable for me. But as I mentioned in the opening clip, I had a severe addiction to carbs. I still do. Um, but I haven't had any carb cravings since I stopped eating them. So, one of the reasons I decided to at least give this a try is I saw the results my son had and it continues to have. He started out on a keto diet, which he did very well, and then he switched over to carnivore. And he's also doing very well. He's lost over 100 pounds. And yes, I know he's younger, but he isn't that active. He doesn't work out in the gym. He's a truck driver, so he sits for long periods of time. Lately, he's been getting more active because of the walleye run in the river. He's been fishing a lot, but he has had superb results. Um, cutting out carbohydrates or added carbs. And also, I had been reading a lot about how it does help solve your sugar addiction. Now, carbs turn into sugar in your system, and that's why I'm cutting them out. I am not talking about complex carbohydrates. And I foresee in the future, I will start adding those types of things like whole grains and stuff. I will add those back into my diet eventually from what I'm thinking now. I'm doing this as a trial basis just to see if I can kickstart my body into losing weight again because I had reached a plateau for a long time. And the other thing is when I was eating the standard American diet, even though I was following Weight Watchers, I was always hungry. Always. And I am not hungry now. Now, I have been tracking in the app, in the Weight Watchers app, while I've been doing this. Every single day, I am way, way, way over the allotted points. However, my daily calories are somewhere between 1,300 and 1,700 calories, which is a good weight loss calorie count. When I was doing Weight Watchers, my points might be at 23, between 23 and 28, but my calories weren't over 1,300. It's no wonder I was hungry all the time. I wasn't getting enough calories. And now that I have bumped up my calorie count and I'm not eating the added sugars or the carbohydrates, I am not hungry. So I typically eat now uh, 2 times a day. So occasionally I will have a snack, but my snack is usually a piece of cheese that I have, fried in my mini dash, which is a very satisfying snack for me. The big thing for me is that I'm not bloated and I'm not tired. So I have more energy and I feel so much better. And even though I've only lost 4.2 pounds, my clothes are fitting better. Clothes that I would wear all the time were starting to feel snug on me, and they're not now. And that's because I'm not bloated anymore. So I'm not saying do this, and I'm not saying that Weight Watchers is bad and that I will never ever follow Weight Watchers again. I don't think that's going to ever happen for me. I have lost a lot of weight on Weight Watchers. Um, but the last 2 years I have not. Now, some of that was my fault, and I have told you it's my fault. But lately, I needed to do something to kick my body back into losing mode. And I think the reason I had to do that is because Weight Watchers had me in starvation mode, whether I realized it or not. Because, like I said, I was constantly hungry. I was constantly craving things that, I wouldn't normally eat. Like, I had this cookie thing going on for a while where I had to get like the frosted cookies. And it's like I couldn't walk past them or donuts, the heavy carb that aren't good for you type of stuff. But I was always craving it. Candy, like occasionally I would pick up like a bag of M&Ms that, I'd leave out in case people came over here. It never made it to the other people because I was always craving sugar and, the type of sugar that just doesn't do anything good for your body. So now that I've cut out carbs for this week, I'm going to do it another week. That will take me to Easter and we'll go from there. Like, so I'm not saying that I'm going to give up carbs forever. I don't think that I can because for me, I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's sustainable for me, but it's doing me a world of good right now. And so, I want to be able to lose more weight. And if this is going to help me get to that weight, fine. I am not worried about 30 years down the road. I'm not worried about 20 years down the road. 20 years, I'm going to be 90 years old and I'll eat whatever the heck I want to eat. Um, in 90 years from now, hopefully I'm still, I mean, not 90 years, but when I'm 90 years old or, 30 years, it'd be 100 years old. I'm not going to make it that far unless I'm extremely, extremely blessed. But, the fact of the matter is, I'm not worried about down the road anymore. 20 years ago, maybe that is the wrong attitude to have. But I'm feeling better this week. I'm gearing up for an active summer. So I just got back from Oklahoma. I felt awful. When I got back from Oklahoma, I felt awful because we had eaten out. We had eaten not a lot of junk, but enough junk that I felt awful. And I had to do something. And I'm just feeling better. Physically, I'm feeling better. I have accomplished more at school this past week from clear thinking than I have in a while. So, like I said, I'm not saying quit Weight Watchers and do this instead. I would never do that. I'm still using the app to track everything because I'm curious about my caloric intake. I'm also curious about how much fat and protein I'm intaking right now. And those are my two concentration areas right now. I want to make sure I have enough protein during the day and that I have enough fat because fat is fuel that helps burn, it's an odd concept, but fat burns fat. So, anyway, that's how I'm doing. And I will continue to update you on how I'm doing on this. Like I said, for this next week, I'm still staying no carb. Now, Easter Sunday, I'm not sure what plans we have. The kids haven't really said much. Uh, Typically, we don't do a huge meal as a family. Holidays for us just aren't the same anymore since Joe and Aaron have passed. And so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will have carbs or not. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm not sure I'm in a state where I can control it yet. I'm not sure I could say I'm going to have one cookie for Easter and not eat the whole bag. And until I get to that point, or at least closer to that point, I just need to not eat them at all. It was like when I stopped drinking pop. I had to go cold turkey. I couldn't say, well, I'll just have a sip there or a sip there because I was like an alcoholic with Coke. And I was drinking a 2 liter bottle a day at least because I would drink one glass and then I just had to have more. I was addicted. And it was the sugar that I was addicted to. Um, and so that addiction has come around again to roost. And I have to take drastic steps to eliminate that from my system for at least a while. Uh, and we'll just see what happens. So no one can say, I can't say when I'm going to start adding carbs back in. I'm just telling you right now, I don't feel that I'm prepared to do that. I don't think that I have the willpower to cut it off yet. So, anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick update. So, beyond the weight loss, I've been prepping for my Utah trip, which is coming pretty darn quick. I'm looking at my stack over here of things that I've bought this past week for the camper. Things that I need, they're not nothing frivolous, like my sewer hoses, my drinking water hoses, sewer connections, things like that, water connections, just if you have a camper, you understand all that. But stuff that because I'm a brand new person with a camper, and so just things that I have read up on and watched a lot of YouTube videos on that these are the things that you need. I have a couple more things coming this week. I did buy a toolkit to take with me, an emergency kit that I restocked. So it's just stuff like that that I'm getting ready to get into the camper because my camper is leaving in about 4 weeks. So, anyway, so that's coming up. And I've been watching some videos on the route that I'm taking down there. And I'll tell you, I can't wait to get there because it looks like it's just absolutely gorgeous. And I can't wait to hit those trails. Oh, and that's one other thing I want to say. I know that when I'm out on the trail, I'm going to need some complex carbohydrates. And I'm also going to take some like enzyme drinks with me when I'm out on the trail. I learned last year that I was unprepared for the amount of exercise I was doing on the trail. I was unprepared. It's not as far as hydration was concerned, but what was in what I was drinking. I didn't have enough of the what are they called, enzymes or whatever they're called, probiotics, to keep me going. Uh, like potassium and magnesium and stuff like that. So I am getting ready to get some stuff for that. I don't need that immediately because I won't do much hiking until I get out there. But like protein bars, I needed those type of things with me that I didn't take. The peanut butter was okay that I took with me on the trail, but I needed something a little bit more substantial to keep me going, especially in the higher elevations. So I even started stocking up on that stuff. That stuff I can do once I get out there. But for now, I'm getting things ready to book it. And the camper's going to come over here in about 3 weeks and be parked right outside my door while I'm loading it up. My landlady offered that to me uh, so that I wouldn't have to put things in my car, take it over to where it's stored, and then, come back, go, do all that. She said, just put it in the driveway and take your stuff down and pack it that way. So that I was real grateful about that. So exciting things coming up for me. Uh, School is down. I think we're down to 35 or 36 days of school left. And as of today, there's 58 days until I hit the road. So we'll see what happens with my diet by then. Like I said, my concentration right now is just to get through this next week. I want to get through Easter with another week of no carb, and we'll see what my weight does. Um, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I want to lose weight. So not just for my overall health, but I want to lose weight and I need to get it off because I was feeling so yucky. Today I put on those size 10 jeans that I bought a few years ago that I was wearing for a while. And I can't even get them up past my butt right now. So hopefully when I get to Utah, I'm going to be able to get back down into those jeans because I really liked the way I looked in them and I liked the way they fit. And I've only worn them, maybe 3 or 4 times. So, uh, there for a while, I was trying them on every weigh-in day, and then I was past the point where I knew they were going to fit, so I stopped. Well, I decided this weekend, it's time I start doing that again because that was my goal. That was one of my motivations to stay with it. So, anyway, I'm kind of rambling now. I just wanted to give this update to you of how I'm doing, why I'm doing no carb right now. And don't worry, I don't think I will stay on this forever. There are people I know that have been on it 10, 15 years uh, that are doing just fine. Uh, Granted, they're younger than me, but they're doing pretty well on it. So, I mean, we'll just see. I'm taking it one week at a time. Right now, and I have blood work scheduled coming up. So that's another thing. I'm going to keep up on my blood work just to make sure things aren't going haywire or anything. But I can tell you right now, the way I'm feeling pretty good. So, all right, you guys, I will be back next weekend with another video of my weigh-in. And if something really exciting happens before then, I'll pop on and tell you this. Now that school's starting to wind down, I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed, and I'm not bringing as much home to do, after school. So I will have a little bit more time in front of my computer here. So you guys have a blessed week. It's Holy Week. Hope you have a really great week leading up to Easter, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.